We had an area about 2.5 hours from camp where I took my awesome leopard last week, and it was heavily baited down there. We also had some lion activity starting up down there, so it was looking pretty promising. Right when we got there, we caught a jackal running off the bait. At first, I thought he was giving up on his meal, but he didn't go far. He went and laid down under a tree. I was guessing that he was gonna like just sit there and wait us out. He wasn't gonna be able to because we were in the blind and waiting, so he's like, got up and just wandered off. He knew he wouldn't win the game. Patience.
Lion hunting is a very unique experience in Africa. And what we have going on here is a 250,000 acre block of habitat. These lions move with the movement of the buffalo. And again, in order to locate the lions, we are setting up baits along the major river systems. What we have learned is that there are two big male lions, one working up the Mpinga River and another working down the Makwasa. These cats have not been consistent on the baits, primarily because there are so many buffalo in the area that it is difficult to keep them focused on our baits. However, what we've learned is over the course of a 28-day safari, at some point they will become consistent. And now that we've located them, the big challenge is to set it up in such a way that we can have a fair chance at trying to get one in so Mackenzie can have a hunt.
What? Oh yeah, because you need to go before me. Yes. I got one. Jack told me that if a pair of lions is hitting a bait, that the females and younger ones will come in earlier and feed around and lay around basically the bait, just kind of checking things out. And then right before dusk, the big boys will roll in, which is really close to shooting light, but they do come in and you might get your chance. We were very close to the Makwasa River, so there was a lot of water holes close to us. There was actually one to our right. Next minute you hear is this, because there was a water hole on the other side of the trees, and we're like, listen, there, sitting like this, and we were like, water's turning on, and all of a sudden we hear, an elephant. As far as halfway over, we'd seen a ton of elephants, nothing legal though for Tanzania because there's a certain requirement. And I was getting a little nervous and anxious because I was like, am I gonna get this elephant to complete my big five? I just wanted to make sure I got my big five complete. I got the perfect brain shot. Once we got looking around, we decided, you know, there was 3 bulls in the herd. They weren't very big. They definitely weren't big enough for the Tanzania requirement, but it did help to pass the time. Elephants playing around the water was pretty cool. Early evening came around, and then we all really started paying extra close attention, because this is the time that Jack said big male lions would be coming in. And we were sitting in the blind, even though it was past shooting light, because the truck only starts coming towards us right at shooting light end. And we were hoping maybe a lion would come in, we'd get a look at, see something cool. Nothing did happen, but the truck came, packed everything up. Cappy was already at the bottom of the tree, And all of a sudden, Andrew, our tracker, said, "Simba, Simba, Simba." We all look, and the lion started circling his way around us. And Nigel said, "We have to get out of the blind. This lion is going to circle around and be extra close." So we all bailed out of the blind, got in the truck, got our mag lights. Everybody was shining them everywhere. And sure enough, the lion came in 15 feet from the truck, just standing there in the thick, just looking at us. Him and another one came in. Even though we only saw 2 lions, we could hear more of them out in the bush, just going, ooh, ooh. I mean, it was cool sounding. I mean, we were just sitting there like, ooh. I was hoping to get both my cats back to back in one day, but unfortunately it didn't happen, but there's always tomorrow. After seeing the lions the night before, I wanted to definitely go there and just set up and be waiting for one to come in during shooting night. Even though there was lions there, we had other baits to check. There probably just could be females and young males, which would be no help to us, so we had to go and check all of our other baits. Some of the baits needed refreshing, and that meant getting back out in the bush in search of plains game. After my first Cape Buffalo in Tanzania, I was ready to go back out to Cape Buffalo, and this provided me another chance to get a big Doug boy.
Straight down to that gap and you'll see a buffalo's head sitting up behind the tree.
We were walking in the grass, taller than me, taller than Andrew, taller than anybody in our hunt party. This grass was 9 to 10 feet tall. This hurt's gonna be hard to get in on. This hurt's gonna be hard to get in on.
That's why let's just gotta wait now. We're gonna go in and try. We'll sneak in a bit, but we really should wait for them to get up and start moving again in the afternoon.
I mean, it was a scary type of deal, because this is where the Duggar boys like to hang out, the real aggressive buffalo. I mean, this is their home, and this is where the hunter becomes the hunted. Yeah, it's a horse. It's hard to see in the thick, thick grass. Couldn't even see a foot in front of me. I could just see the other person in front of me's back. You had to be very, very quiet. Look both ways, because I mean, you didn't want to get blindsided by one of them big Cape buffaloes. Nigel suggested we back out and go more to the right. I was like, that sounds like a great idea. Let's do it. Bush, the green one. How wide is he? Yeah. After we backed out and went around the new spot, I could see the bull more clearly.
Let's just leave him here. I hope he'll come out into the open where you get a clear shot.
And I knew it was a nice bull, but I wasn't too sure if he was big enough for me. Nigel said he was a nice bull, but he wasn't a monster. But he'd also provide us with enough bait. Should we back out and go around a little bit?
Okay, just
Slowly take the gun on the stick. Come on. But I don't know
if you don't want to shoot him, bud, I'll shoot him so we'll have some meat.
But I want to see if there's a bigger bull in the herd.
Okay, we'll just take our time and look then.
Well, I was trying to ask him if he thinks there will be one, but he doesn't know.
Well, you don't ever know.
We gotta do something, because the more I look at him, the more I'm gonna end up shooting him, so we gotta do something. Come on.
Just wait, yeah, I'm gonna go call the guys to get some water.
If it was my second buffalo, or even the last third one, I would have shot him. But since I heard, the screw up happened, and now I'm more nervous, I get worked up.
Well, don't. That's why that screw up happened. Things went awry, and you got nervous and had to shoot. have to shoot. You shoot when everything is perfect.
So we decided to take a water break and back out and talk it over and plan our next move.
You should always wait on the sticks. While you're barrel farting around going.
While we were following these buffalo tracks, trackers, they were like, Warthog to Nigel. And Nigel looks at binoculars, he's like, come here, Mackenzie, you need to take this warthog. He's a big warthog. Is it buffalo?
No, it's a warthog. It's a nice one. I'd rather take him.
Okay.
You can shoot him.
Okay.
Just sit on the sticks.
I don't know where he's at, dude. I don't know where he's at.
He's gonna walk across in that area there. So don't shoot him.
No, they're not. No, that was too low. Do you see him?
I don't see him, no. Last I saw of him, he went behind all the stick stuff, all this long grass. But he was.
And my dad saw him, and they were like telling me this thing's monstrous. I'd never seen the test. I was like, okay, guys, okay. I really didn't know what to say. He got me up on the sticks. He said right there, and Warthog stepped through, and I didn't even see his head. I could just see from here back. And I scrolls off a shot. I miss?
Good shot, he's going down.
Okay. So I hit it?
I said, you don't even need to ask if you hit things.
Did I? Oh my God! Look how big he is, Dad.
Give me 5.
Thank you, Dad.
Let her think you're old P8s and them trackers. You're tracking that buffalo.
Thanks, Nigel.
Well done, Harry. Congratulations.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Try and carry it to the right quick.
The Young Blood team is very excited here in Tanzania today, and this is a monster warthog. I mean, we were tracking these buffalo right before last light, as you can see, and they just said, you need to get this warthog, and I didn't even see his tusk. He came through a small open, and I just saw him sitting there, and I just put it right behind his shoulder, and I shot, and he ran 50 yards, and went down. What do you think about this warthog?
It's a hell of a good hog for Rungwa. Not many hogs are shot in this league, in this area at all, so he did very well.
I tell you what, I saw him a long time before you did, when he was way back down there, and all I seen was tusk sticking up.
Yeah.
I didn't see him until we walked up on him when he was dead, and I was like, holy moly. It's my first safari in Tanzania, and I think it won't be my last. Well, the tsetse flies here aren't too bad. I haven't even got bit yet, but my PH, Nigel, he sure has been getting swarmed and bit a lot. Huh, Nigel?
Very much.
What's the reason for that, Nigel? How come
I don't know. There's some
You're supposed to take all the punishment.
not getting enough whiskey in me. That's what that is all about.
We We still needed lion bait, so the next morning we went right back and searched Cape Buffalo. It wasn't too long before the trackers had us on another herd of buffalo.
Down below there's a whole bunch of buffalo lying down.
What's that cow doing? Yeah.
Watching the tracks for us, walking along the tracks.
Nigel, is that softball pole right there? Well, we thought it was another herd of buffalo until we got close enough that we could look at the buffalo, and then we spotted the same bull that was taunting me yesterday. You know, we have plenty of time. Let's just try to, mess around with this herd and see if there's a bigger bull somewhere in there.
We'll go in, we'll try and find him. If we find something bigger, we'll bring you up again, okay? Stand by with those shooting sticks for me, okay?
So I had the rifle to my dad, because he had not had the opportunity to take a big game on this trip. That's him with his ass towards the snow. They got the sticks set up, got on the sticks. The herd was moving through, but there was never a clear shot.
We can do.
What?
Because this is full of buffalo. Yeah, I know. Go along the edge with the wind.
Oh, well, he's way over here. Nigel and my dad called me up because they said they'd seen a bull that was really wide. Nigel said, let's get the gun, go up there first, and we'll look at him, let's make sure he has a solid boss. So that's what we did. We'd stalked the herd all day, and the big bull went back into the group, but I was waiting for him to come back out and show his face. I would be ready this time, and if he didn't, my dad would take the gun and we'd go and search for the bull we saw yesterday. Finally, we came up on this little bank, and the herd had kind of went out in this kind of opening, but we were still kind of in the thicket. The big bull was nowhere to be in sight, but there was a familiar face staring directly at us from the bushes.
Give the gun to you, Dad. Come on.
After the shot, we all thought it was a good shot. But we all had to be very quiet to see, because the buffalo give a death bellow. And we were listening for that just to see which way the buffalo went. Because you don't want to be going through the long grass chasing a wounded buffalo. Unfortunately, I didn't get the big one, but it was awfully cool being there when my dad got his.
That head really come up. You had it up, and then he got it
And that's
way
good,
up.
yeah. And then you can get it right.
You know, you
right
shot a
in the
soft
bull,
boss
yeah.
bull.
No, he's not soft enough.
I was just joking with you. With you. This is a buffalo bull that was in the herd that we were tracking for several hours.
I took the rifle, and this buffalo was out there a little ways looking straight at us. His head come up, I moved, and his head come up real high, and I pulled the trigger, and shot worked good, and Mackenzie will have line bait because we were still after a line, but we need the bait pretty bad. We're basically out of bait, but we got the bait, and that's what matters, huh, bud? Mm-hmm. Man, thanks for passing on this bull because he is a cool sucker.
Next week, we get back to hunting some of Tanzania's unique plains game animals. Until then, safe hunting.